Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss about osteoporosis. Now first of all, what is osteoporosis? As the name says, osteo means bone and porosis means of course pores. So because of some reasons, pores form inside the bones which causes the bones to become weak and brittle. So as you can see in this picture, this is the healthy bone. Okay, and as there is condition occurring of the osteoporosis, pores are formed inside the bones. So osteoporosis is characterized by reduction of bone mass per unit volume. There is reduction of the bone mass by unit volume because of the constant absorption and replacement of the bone tissue by the body. Also, the ratio between the bone matrix and the minerals is the same. Now, what does this mean? That means there is loss of both bone matrix and the mineral component in the bone, resulting into reduction in the bone mass per unit volume because of continuous and constant absorption and the replacement of the bone tissues, resulting into pore formation and the weakening of the bones and causing the bone to break. Now first let's discuss about the types of osteoporosis occurring in the humans. So it can be of two types, primary and secondary. Primary can further be of two types, type 1 and type 2. So first of all, the type 1 of the primary osteoporosis. The type 1 of the primary osteoporosis, it is the postmenopausal osteoporosis. As a woman reaches the age of about 40s or 50s, her menstrual cycle stops, okay, or comes into an end, right? And as we all know, during the menopause, the estrogen level, the estrogen hormone level in the body decreases. And because of the decrement of the estrogen in the body, bone loss occurs, resulting into osteoporosis after the menopause. Now you might think that how the estrogen deficiency can cause bone loss and osteoporosis, and what is the importance of estrogen hormone in a female body. The estrogen hormone in the female body basically inhibits the interleukin 6. And why this interleukin 6 should be inhibited? Because the interleukin 6 has osteoclastic activity. As we all know, osteoclastic activity is basically done by the osteoclast. And osteoclasts are those cells in the bones which causes the resorption of the bones. That means they decrease the bone mass, resulting into easy breakdown of the bones. So this estrogen basically inhibits the interleukin 6, and so we can say that the estrogen also inhibits the osteoclastic activity. And as the estrogen is inhibiting the osteoclastic activity, it is promoting the osteoblast activity. And as we all know, osteoblasts are those cells in the bones which increases the bone mass, which increases the absorption in the bone. But what happens after the menopause? There is decrement in the estrogen hormone level in the body, resulting into increment in the osteoclastic activity, and so there is increment in the resorption of the bones, resulting into decrement in the bone mass, and so osteoporosis occurs. Now type 2 of the primary osteoporosis, it is the senile osteoporosis, very common osteoporosis. In the senile osteoporosis, there is decrement in the bone mass because of the prolonged imbalance between the bone resorption and the bone formation. Now over here, remember, bone resorption and bone formation, these two processes are very important for the maintenance and the strength of the bone. But in the senile osteoporosis, there is prolonged imbalance seen between the bone resorption and the bone formation. And specifically over here, the bone resorption is done in a higher rate as compared to the bone formation, resulting into decrement in the bone mass, and so osteoporosis occurs. And this is a very common type of osteoporosis seen in today's date. Now next type of osteoporosis, it is the secondary osteoporosis. Till now we discussed about the primary osteoporosis, that is the postmenopausal and the senile osteoporosis. Now over here we have the secondary osteoporosis. Now over here, this type of osteoporosis is caused by certain disease and treatments that interfere with the bone density and bone mass, resulting into bone loss. So because of some kind of disease or treatments, there is decrement in the bone mass, resulting into osteoporosis, or we can say secondary osteoporosis. Now the cause behind the secondary osteoporosis may be corticosteroid medications, hormone therapy, or even in some kind of endocrinal or hormonal imbalance condition occurring in the body, as seen in the hyperthyroidism. As in the hyperthyroidism, there is increment in the thyroid functioning and thyroid hormone, secondary osteoporosis may occur. Also, drugs containing lithium, which are basically used to treat the bipolar disorders, may cause secondary osteoporosis. Chemotherapy can also cause secondary osteoporosis. Also, any kind of underlying disease in the body, including chronic kidney or liver disease, may be the reason behind this. Also, autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis may be the cause of secondary osteoporosis. Now, which are the common symptoms seen in the osteoporosis? Now, first of all, the three bones which commonly suffers from osteoporosis are the hip bone, wrist bone, and the spine. These three are the common bones where osteoporosis commonly occurs. The symptom basically includes, of course, backache as seen in the spine osteoporosis. Also, stooped posture as seen in the kyphosis, where the upper part of the spine becomes more curved, okay, is one of the symptoms of the osteoporosis. And this kyphosis may progress and lead to hyperkyphosis. And osteoporosis can also lead to gradual height loss as seen in the old age. Now, how to diagnose osteoporosis? The most accurate method for diagnosing the osteoporosis, it is the bone density testing by doing a bone densitometry test as seen in the picture. Also, by blood testing, you can measure the amount of calcium, phosphorus, alkaline phosphatase, creatinine and the vitamin D level in your body, and can check the amount of these minerals in your body. And of course, X-rays can help you to diagnose the osteoporosis, especially the spine. In the spine, there are higher risk of osteoporosis, especially in the old age and after the menopause. So by the way of X-ray, you can diagnose the osteoporosis. Now, what is the treatment for osteoporosis? So the very primary step is to have calcium and vitamin D rich food. Your diet should include dairy products, enriched breads and grains, dark green vegetables, soy products, and also calcium fortified juices and cereals. So proper diet is very important because maximum of your bone is made up of calcium and phosphorus. The next important step is to have daily physical activity and exercise. Now, exercise actually improves the posture and the balance of your body. If you remember, in the kyphosis, there was increment in the convexity of the upper part of the back of a spine. Right, so it maintains the posture and the balance of your body, and as exercising improves the balance of your body, your chances of falling down will reduce, because you may know in the osteoporosis, even due to minute accident or minute fall down, the bone may break due to decreased bone mass. So exercise is also important. Also, you have to reverse your bad habits. You have to stop your bad habits, including the cigarettes and alcohol intake, because all these bad habits may affect your bone. Now, if you talk about the medications for the osteoporosis basically includes those medicines which decreases the bone loss, and over here basically the biphosphonates are given to the patient to treat the osteoporosis. So the popular biphosphonates includes the Fosamax, Actonel, Reclast or Boniva. The additional medications include the Prolia. Prolia is actually an alternative to biphosphonates, and research shows that it can improve the bone mineral density and can reduce the fracture risk. Now next is the Forteo, or we can say the Forteo injections. Now these injections are commonly prescribed to the people who have fractures and whose osteoporosis is caused by corticosteroid use. And this medication may help to rebuild the bone. Now next is the hormone replacement therapy, or we can say estrogen therapy, and this therapy has shown to prevent the bone loss and the fractures, and it increases the bone density and mass. And of course, it is generally prescribed to the postmenopausal women who have decreased amount of estrogen hormone level in the body. But also remember, this hormone replacement therapy is not recommended for long-term treatment, as it has its various adverse effects like heart attacks, strokes, blood clots, and even breast cancer. So kindly consult to the doctor. Don't take any of these medications by your own. So today up till here, I hope you understood it well. Thank you so much.